The black one with the gold foiling looks pretty good, but I'm also liking the white, and I'm thinking maybe the white because I could match it with Odin. Welcome back, crew. We have another blue yellow ace video coming at you right in a minute, soon, after this quick thing here. Alright, so I just wanted to go through the deck once more. Gonna do this very quickly. I've done a small change to the deck. I haven't got to fully test it out yet. It is the addition of the Kaido here. I was feeling I lost a match against a purple Luffy, and I just felt that I didn't have that stronger body that was required to just topple over that deck. And the Odin was great. The game went for a while, but I just felt like it was lacking a little power, and I thought I might splash in two of these. This one here was mentioned on Vivi Theory's video on Blue Yellow Ace. I think it is, or could be a good addition to the deck. This card here, it can return an 8 cost or less and a 3 cost or less. Doesn't matter who's the owner of that card. It can bump that back. And so to make a play that returns their board and increases our board, I was thinking that could work really well with our ace, because our ace is trying to outvalue and it's trying to delay the game just ever so slightly, so each turn you can build upon yourself. And I feel like if you're able to get a lot of value in your life early, it'll create a buffer where your opponent can attack you. You can basically drop this 10 cost safely and it won't matter if your opponent attacks you. And so I was thinking, as a sort of curve, you start off with the Sanji on, you want to go second. You just want to go second. Going first is such a detriment to the deck, but you can still win even if you do. But if you go second, you play Sanji turn 1. So here's your curve. Turn 1, you play Sanji. Turn 2, you have 4 Don. You need to commit 2 to your leader and 2 to Sanji to get that value from Sanji. Turn 3, I mean, your decision comes in there turn 2. Do you keep the Sanji or do you defend it? Now, here's what I think around this. If you have the pieces that you need, what you can do is, your options are this. You're either going to play Sanji again, you use 2 Don on Sanji, 2 Don on your leader, and you've got 2 left over. Those 2 leftovers are pretty much wasted. I would recommend using those 2 Don, split them between your leader and Sanji, and throw a little bit more power on, or maybe keep Sanji the same and do a 7 and a 7k attack. Your other option is to play out a Nami or a ace blocker to start cycling through your deck to try and find pieces if you don't have them. If you do have your pieces, I recommend just going for getting more value out of Sanji. Don't have the pieces, that turn you play your 5 cost with ace or Nami and you put your other Don on the leader. Next turn, you've got your 8 Don, you play out your Odin. Great, you've got now an Odin and a blocker on board, and that'll set up your next turn play where you can start this Odin Hiyori loop. An alternative to that is if you've still got a lot of life and you are expecting to go against an opponent that plays big characters, on that turn, instead of using Odin, perhaps you play out Kaido. And then Kaido will increase the threat that's on the board. And then you've all of a sudden got an Odin which is hard to deal with and a Kaido that's hard to deal with. And I think this could close out games quicker than just using Odin alone. Anyway, this is a new addition to the deck. I'm trying it out today. Now, I have already played the match I have used this deck against. It is an interesting one. I don't get to use the Kaido at all, so that doesn't matter. What is interesting is I have the worst start ever against a really good deck, and I'm still able to get enough value that doesn't matter. I hope you enjoy it. Let's check it out now. All right, blue, purple, Luffy. We don't have our Sanji, so let's roll again. The other hand was going to be better than that. And we're going first. This is not optimal for us at all. If we're going to get a bad hand and we're going first as well, this is a really bad situation. We do have Hiyori, and we do have Nami to help us find our Odin. We lose the early game value without Sanji though. And we're still not finding anything here. I don't think it's worth putting this out. So I'm just going to go 2 over to see if I can take an early life. And they're using up. This is quite interesting. And this is a really interesting deck to go against in general, because as soon as they get up their Dawn, they're going to be drawing 2 cards each time. We do have 2 puddings in our deck, so it could come in clutch, but as a whole, it's going to be really hard to work down this deck. All right, now laying into us, I think we will take this because we're looking for cards. We're looking for answers. We don't find answers in that life. And I was going to say, if I don't find an Odin, then I would have nummied. But because I've got the Odin, I've got the Hiyori, I think what we're ready to do is get a life back here. Except we didn't find a target. And you'll notice I've got Kaido in here now. I've dropped 2 in here just to try it out against these bigger ones. Now, because we didn't find anything, I'm going to switch it up and just put down a blocker. Now, the blocker is going to be better served to protect Odin than it is our leader, but I'll see what plays out on the board before making a decision like that. Now, I don't want to take too much, so I'm going to use a Hiyori. And it's fine because we only need 1 Hiyori. And they've already bumped up their card so much. They're going to discard 2, of course, now, but even still, to be at 6 and they haven't kicked off with their leader effect yet. It's quite a scary deck. I'm hoping by the time OP12 comes out that the Koala is going to stave this one away a little bit. Alright, we're at 7 Don. We can drop our Odin and we can't do anything else. So that is all we're going to do. And I would expect that they're going to start throwing... I don't think they'll attack with Nami. In fact, they might just throw Don on Law and a little bit with Luffy and just try and take 2 life away. And then set up for Sanji plays next turn. Or maybe they'll load the top of their life for next turn to guarantee. I'm not sure. A pudding right now could be quite interesting. Just saying. Okay. So just into the 1 here. And we can trigger, so we will trigger. We do want to be conscious. I don't think they've got any way to remove this Odin. Don't think so, anyway. We can start our Odin Hiyori loop, hopefully. Yes, we can. We'll do it with Satori, and we'll probably just throw him back on top here. I did do a sequencing issue there was a sequencing issue here. I shouldn't have attacked. I should have attacked with Odin before playing out Hiyori, just in case. So for everyone playing at home, don't do what I did. And I might swing 9 instead, because I'm going to swing with Satori. Not because I think he's going to do much damage, but because I want to give a different target other than Odin here. Okay, quite interesting. We will attack here, though I should discard 1. Having a good think about this. Okay, so it looks like they've only got 2k counters, not 1s. Interesting, they might be really low. So I think we actually need to go in a bit harder this turn. This might be a giant instead of a 2k. If they do that, then we know... Oh, okay, yep, that's another good option. We'll return this one. And I'm just wondering whether we can get away with attacking again. We've got a little bit here. I think we're going to try it because they're looking quite weak right now. And I think we might take this life. Or actually, they might use a blocker. Yep. Yeah, they showed weakness. You got to pounce when they show weakness. So we were able to get 1 life back on that. We have our blocker up because we set that one up nice and early. And things are looking okay, but they can quickly get out of hand with this leader. All right. Interesting. Yeah, the Sanji into any of their targets quickly impacts the game. I'd say the game result will be known by turn 8. And it's either that I've been quite effective with Odin, or they have got their board full of 9k bodies and are laying into me. If I can get myself into a position where I can survive on the life, then I will consider that. And I guess bait them into that scenario so I can then double swing with Odin. I just not sure that I'll be able to do it against this leader. I've seen games where this leader counters out 20k plus with just counters from hand and giant and gear second, I think the event is called. Yeah, gear 2. I think we try and keep this. I don't know that they're going to swing anything else. Okay, blocker, interesting. Pretty interesting, right? We might grab... I don't think this trigger is going to help us at all. I'd love to grab that, but we'll grab this ace. I could go turn myself into a 7k, but I want to keep up with this Hiyori loop. And we're going to have to drop our numbers slightly. Usually I'd throw 3 on because it's a 6k leader and I want to use this one here as well. I can't do that. So I think one of the cards they drew, or possibly both of the cards they drew, were these ones. meaning that they still don't have the counter in hand, and they didn't leave any Don up either, so I think they're going to be blocking out. Yep, there's one. Let's do a low one. Not sure that they've got a 1k counter in hand here, and they might be blocking with one of these guys. Yep. So we will deploy this, use action, take top. I'll put this one in anyway because it's no harm, and return Hiyori, and we'll attack in again here. Actually, I'm going to attack with this one first, would be better, because they still don't have the counter, and if they get 1k here, it just means if I attack with this, they might just take that life and then block with the other one, maybe being able to counter out with a blocker and a thing, where this way they can't do that. Now the last question remains, do I attack or counter with this one? Sorry, do I attack into this or attack into life? I'm feeling like we're in a strong position and they might want a big mum. So if they do that, we can't go lethal, where this way we can. And they're in a defensive position now where they're going to have to defend their life rather than lay into me, which my board's looking quite strong right now, having Odin on here, a blocker and 4 life, that it is potentially intimidating for this Luffy here. We end our turn here, we got 4 life, 3 on board, our main attacker's still here. We can defend any, I mean, we've got this one to defend him, which we will if we have to. They've revealed an Uso Hachi. So whether that ends up being used to lay this one down, or if it's going to be used as counter, gives us information about the game they're about to play. Are they going to be super defensive? Whoa. Red Rock. No. No thank you. I don't think so. I've discarded the ace. I don't think we need it for this game. And they've just found out how strong Odin is. No, he cannot be removed. And your last 4 Don aren't going to take him down either. Pretty much would need to commit all the Don between these two. One can be blocked out and the other one could be counted out of. Which means we're now in a situation where we can possibly get through. Now, they've just found another Uso Hachi off this Trafalgar Law, meaning they've got 2 2Ks in hand, and I'm not sure what else they've got that's of benefit. Going into a character here is interesting. And I'm just going to have to take it because I would be afraid that this one would then lay into Odin. We don't want that. Now this looks like a nice option for a top card if we want to do Hiyori again. And I think we do want to do Hiyori again. Now we've lost our other attacker, so I can just do 3 this time into him. I'm going to do 2 instead to lower his hand size. He will have to use one of these Uso Hachis, yep. And then we're going to do the 3 here. Nice strong number that even a giant can't get out of. So he'll have to do giant and Uso Hachi, or giant and something that he draws from the top, I think. And turn 8 was the turn I thought would be the main turn. So, okay, there's a giant. And I'm guessing the other card is gear 2 because he won't want to use 2 giants in a row. There's the Usohachi. Alright, we are going to get our 5th life here. Deploy, use action. We're going to take the top and turn it into Satori. And then we will restand Odin. Swing again, which he'll block out of. I'm confident of. Yep. Alright. Interesting. Interesting game here. Depends what he sees in these top 5. And it seems to me this is a weird Luffy deck. I mean, actually, we have seen a Sanji. He is revealing the giant in the top, so he's going to have a giant for next turn. He is on the defense big time. This is quite interesting. Wonder what else we'll see this turn. And while we're waiting for that, I want you guys to help me decide. Oh, hang on, a little bit of action here. Do we counter out? No, we don't. We just take. We'll use the trigger. I want you guys to help me decide. I'm thinking about which leader I should play when ST22 drops. I'm thinking one of these leaders. I'm not sure which exactly. I mean, we've got the OG here. I'm thinking about that. I like the 2nd anniversary one, a little bit of different art. The black one with the gold foiling looks pretty good, but I'm also liking the white, and I'm thinking maybe the white because I could match it with Odin. That'd be pretty cool. Anyway, let me know, which one would you choose? All right, we have an interesting position that I can Hiyori from the start here as 1. Don't need to put any on my leader to commit to that. What we could do is just swing hard. If I'll leave 1 for here and swing in like this. I reckon this could get the job done if we just do 2 Odin swings right now. I don't know if he's going to have the defense to get out of this, and we could win on the spot. We're going all in here. Ready? I'm just going to yeah, we just do it. It doesn't matter which way I do this, really. There's 1 giant. And he needs 2 2s and a 1. Which has been weak all game, so I'm not sure that he's got it. There's a 1, a 1, a 1. And we win. Alright. It says 5 life, but that was only going to be 4. I'd only call that 4. Anyway, really good match. They have the deck that has all these cards, and I'm guessing they were holding on to these for a while. Possibly just looking for this Sanji. It worked out for us. I'm definitely going to be reviewing this game myself. If that's something that you guys want to go through together, please let me know in the comments. If not, yeah, let me know what you think about this match. And until next time, please do look after yourselves and look after your decks.